All right, we are live. Good morning. It's later in the morning, isn't it? Later today. A lot going on already. Already a ton going on. My daughter has driver's ed, summer driver's school, and then she's also having a friend over, I believe. I don't know. The schedule's crazy. And then my son just started cross country. He's running in the morning now, which is really cool. I forgot I was going to pull up the monitor. I like bringing up a monitor on my device just to make sure that I look pretty. I look the way I'm supposed to look. Yeah, and I mean, everyone's just so super committed today. I mean, the whole summer, really. Everyone's got something going on the entire summer. So it's just one, you know how that is, just one thing after the other. And my wife and I celebrate our anniversary today, which is pretty awesome. So later on today, take her out to dinner, get her flowers, something fun like that. So if you have any ideas of what I should do, right, pop that in the chat. All right. Well, good. Let's see if this is running well. So far, we're sending picture and signal. Good. All right. I think it's working. Good. All right. Well, let's dive in. Let's do it. Let's play the connections puzzle. By the way, if we make it to the top of the hour today, I have an alarm set to go off at the top of the hour to remind me that I need to leave. Because, again, I've got a ton of things going on today. I also need to finish my mom's sprinkler project. I think I told you about that. I have to rip up basically the entire backyard valve system. So that's fun. It's going to take a minute. Okay, so let's see what we have in the connections puzzle today. We've got print, genus, ring, book, family, slid, order, save, reserve, paste, goo, crew, mazing, request, syndicate, and quit. Okay, so the first thing I saw was genus, family, and order. I don't know if I see another one, though. But I do also see order, book, request, reserve. Okay. All right. So what I did see, order, genus, species, or not species, what was there? Family, was totally a red herring. That was absolutely a red herring today. Okay. So, what's next? Mazing? That's interesting. What do they mean, mazing? I wonder if it's like missing a letter, right? Amazing. Oh, wait a minute. Genius? Right? Amazing. Genus becomes genius when you add a letter. I wonder if we're... Am I making that up? Is that a thing? That could be a thing. I don't know if that's a thing. Good? Oh, it is a thing. Goo for good. Crap, what's the fourth one? Solid. Right? Solid. That's the purple category, I swear. Oh, interesting. Those are ranks in the spelling bee. Spelling bee rankings minus a letter. Genus, goo. Genus for genius. Goo for good. Mazing for amazing. And slid, I guess, for solid. I would assume that's solid. That's interesting. I didn't know that those were spelling bee rankings. That's interesting. Okay, here, let me put something in the chat. I just put a question in the chat. What should my wife and I do to celebrate our anniversary? Today is our anniversary. And love to celebrate. I'd love to get some ideas. She has this one restaurant that she's really been wanting to go to, and it's been a while. I was thinking, I don't know, some activity. I don't know, you tell me. Okay, so the next thing I see is like a ring, a syndicate, a family, like a crime family, and a crew, I guess. These are like mob denominations. These are like people in a mob. Crime organization. Yep. Yep, that's exactly what it was. Crime organization. Okay, so then save, paste, print, and quit. These are, I don't know, paste, print. These are things you'd see in like a word processor. That's got to be it. Keyboard. Oh, they're just keyboard shortcut commands. All right. Cool. Well, we did all right on that one. Okay, so the green category was secure in advance, to book, to order, to request, and to reserve. And then we got the purple category. I don't know. I'm so like when something sticks out like a sore thumb like that, I'm like, all right, what are you trying to do here? And I saw amazing, and I'm like, that wouldn't belong to anything else. And so I'm thinking, all right, maybe amazing. So then I saw genus, right? And the red herring today was order, genus, and family. But there was no fourth one, right? If there's not a fourth one, maybe it's a red herring. And it was amazing. So amazing. I would assume it's solid. Slid for solid. And then goo for good. And then genus for genius. The blue category today. That's funny. I got the easiest one last. Leave it to me to get the easiest one last. That's something else. Keyboard shortcut commands. Did I read the blue? I didn't read the blue yet. Crime organization. Crew, family, ring, syndicate, mob, crime boss. Keyboard shortcut commands. Paste, Control P. No, wait, Control V. Duh, idiot. Control V or Command V on a Mac. Print is Command P or Command or Control P. Quit is usually Command Q, or to just simply close is Command W. And then save, good old classic, is Command S. Now, something you have to know about me. I bet you know. I don't even know if you know this, but something you know about me. I tell my kids this, my TV broadcast, my photography, my video production kids in class. I'm a total nerd. I have a favorite keyboard shortcut. You know, here's a couple of great ones. Command V, Command P, Command Q, Command S. And my favorite one is not one of those. My favorite one is Command A. Think of any program, any app, any software, and Command A, you're going to use that everywhere, right? Highlight all, select all, whatever you need, all. There it is. Windsor, how you doing? Windsor Knights here. Glad you're here, man. Welcome aboard. All right, let's play the mini crossword. Okay, so we'll dive in just like this. Okay, just like that. There we go. All right, flower that sounds like a parental nickname. Poppy? Right? Maybe I'm wrong. Savvy, just like smart. Oh, I know this one. Birthplace of Buddhism, India. Stretches outside of a party. I don't know. When it's a question mark, it's like a gimmick answer. I don't know. Button next to the select on an old Nintendo controller. Well, duh, of course, start. You get the start button right there. Okay, so one of these is wrong. Clearly. And I think it's this one. because this one, beach buckets, that's pails. Right? You got a little pail and shovel. Take responsibility for. Oh, yeah, own it. Lakshmi of Top Chef. I don't watch Top Chef, so that one may need to just come with time. Previous, maybe prior. Ingredient that makes bread rise. Yeast. Savvy. Aware. Oh, that's funny. Stretches outside of a party. Limos. Limo. That's cute. That's a very clever one. Very clever. Okay, look at this. Flower that sounds like a parental nickname. I thought I would have to come back to that. And then suddenly I was like, oh, Papa. Poppy. Oh, Poppy. Savvy. To be savvy of something is aware. Birthplace of Buddhism. No, not Buddhism. Windsor, you're funny. Let's keep it clean, huh? It is India. Stretches outside a party. Stretches. Stretch limo. That's funny. Would definitely pull up to a party. A red carpet event. The button next to the start. The button next to the select button on an old Nintendo controller. You got your Super Nintendo, your NES. My Super plugged in right now. Look at that. I'll tell you right there. Start, select. Start, select. There they are. We got to play Super Nintendo on my other channel soon. I love playing Super Nintendo. We'll do that sometime. We'll play some old games. All right. Beach buckets, pails. Takes responsibility for something. Own it. Lakshmi, Padma Lakshmi. Padma of Top Chef. Cool. I don't watch Top Chef. I make up my recipes on the fly. Previous, prior, and then ingredient that makes bread rise, yeast. Okay, we have got 39 minutes and then I need to leave. So I'm glad we're still doing this. If you like what you see, give it a like. Consider subscribing. We do this every day. You get to see me come up in your feed, and we do these funny puzzles all day, every day. So, cool. Yeah, lately I've been doing puzzles in the morning now that summer's in. School's out. I don't have to teach kids right now, so it feels good. All right. Now, the Wordle. I have not done the Wordle today. So... how about fable? Okay, there's an A somewhere and there's a B somewhere. Interesting. How about, so the next word, I know it seems weird because I have an A, I have a B. I come up with a word that doesn't use any of those letters. Right? I call it a non-intersecting word. So I have to come up with some word that doesn't use any of those letters. Like typos. Okay, there's an O in the puzzle somewhere. All right, now this is tricky, but I will also come up with one more non-intersecting word. And sometimes I can't. Sometimes there's not another non-intersecting word. But most of the time there is. Like... is that a word? Churn? What does that mean? I was expecting to just hit the enter button and like, okay, that's it. Apparently churn is a word. And there's an R. Okay, so knowing that, We haven't guessed a U yet. I'm seeing what letters we have left. Could be a D. You know, like if it's an R, then it could be RD, RK. Let me just shoot one out because we haven't guessed the D yet. What if it's BOARD? Because B could go there, A can go there. Oh, I'm being like super careful now because the last 2 days I have thrown away guesses and I'm so frustrated with myself. I'd guess, you know, something that's already been guessed before and I'm like, why are you doing that? And the last 2 days I ended up on the 6th, like standing at the edge of the precipice looking over. And I'm like, dude, why are you doing that? All right, let's see if that's close. And it is. Okay. Oh, boy. All right. There it is. We're back. I've got a 100% win ratio, streak of 119 days. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I don't like looking at the chat during the Wordle. I mean, nobody said anything during the Wordle, but I typically will be very, you know, kind of in my lane doing the Wordle. Just because if somebody spoon feeds the answer to me, it's not as fun, you know. I most of the time get it on the 4th because of this non-intersecting word strategy I have. First I'll come up with a word, and then I'll come with 2 other words that don't use any of the same letters, right? So 15 letters out of the way. And usually by then, that's 15 of the 26 letters. There's only 11 left. Usually it's either obvious or close. And the last 2 days were not very close. I had to guess all 6, which was crazy. But today we ended up doing it really well. So, yeah, it turned out good. Fable gave me the A and the B. Typos gave me the O. And then churm. What does that even mean? I'm going to look that one up real quick. This was one of those words that you just sort of like type in and hit enter. And usually it just says, that's not a word. Hit enter, that's not a word. But apparently today this was a word. A flock of finches. A small churm of goldfinches was seen in the hedgerow. A churm. There you go. There's your word of the day, a churm. Funny. And then putting all those together, you know, if the R is in the 4th, there's only so many things that can go in the 5th, right? R blank, RK, IRK, RW, no. RG, probably not. RN, could be RN. But then mixing these letters around, the only one that made sense there was the D, so bored. All right. And let's play the Strands. And if you've never played Strands before, think of it like a word search. You know, like you're putting. It's just like a word search, except it's not up and down, left and right. The words can kind of snake around in any which way, and you don't know what the words are. Even if you have a theme like this, what you see isn't what you get. What does that mean? What could this be? So are these... I don't know. I like looking in corners to start, right? Try and find things that, you know, like an ER or maybe double letters or some LL. That's suspicious. I see guard right there. There's FF. I wonder if FF goes together. Maffle. Oh. What you see isn't what you get. A mask. So a mask hides your face. What could this be? Any ideas, you guys? If you see something in the chat, let it in. Let me know what it is. Hey, your local commenter. How you doing? Glad to have you local. I'm looking for letters here that come together to make words that fit this theme. What you see isn't what you get. So I'm thinking things that like hide your appearance. Like a cloak. Oh, actually, cloak. There's one. Okay, what else? What else? A mask, a cloak, a one-way mirror, a disguise. Okay. A disguise, a costume. Cover. Okay. What about coat? Do you see coat? C-O-A-T. The problem with coat right there is it would leave this N by itself. And then one of these, see it says 4 out of 7. So one of these is what they call a spangram. It goes from all the way left to right, right to left, up and down, down to up. I'm thinking this one probably goes up and down, but I don't see it. Probably starts here. Here's one. Facade. Front. Okay. That's probably part of the spangram. Five of 7, so there's 2 more. One is the spangram, and the other is a straight up word. Slaffle. Okay, what you see isn't what you get. What word am I missing? Call. Call. Now we've already used that L. Okay, what you see isn't what you get. So it hides your identity. A mask, a cloak, a disguise, a cover. And a facade. Oh. Wait a minute. False front. Ha, great. There it is. False front. False front. Okay. So then what does that mean? What's our last word? We got 6 out of the 7. Oh, I see it. Camo. Wait, I can't spell camouflage. Camo. Help me out. Where does the U go? Camouflage. There we go. Camouflage. I just couldn't spell the word camouflage. There's a secret hidden letter in camouflage that is camouflaged in it. And I love that the spangram makes a giant question mark too. That's so funny. Hey, Tyson, how you doing? Good to have you aboard. Oh, that's too funny. Well, there it is. So what you see isn't what you get. The spangram, the yellow one right there, is false front. False front. Philip, great to have you, man. Great to have you. Mask. Cloak. Camouflage. I got tripped up with the U's. Like, where does the U go in camo? Because we always spell it C-A-M-O, camo. But it apparently the next letter is not an F, it's a U. Camouflage. It's funny. Disguise, cover, and a facade. Technically, if you want to get real technical here, the C in facade has a sedilia. It has a tail to it. But who's counting, right? You can only do the 26 typical letters of the standard English alphabet here. Okie doke. So, as we wait for this next puzzle to come up, there's letterboxed. Cool. Took a sec for that to come up. All right, one play left today. Of course there is. And our letters, looks like today we have to solve in 5 words. And our 5 words can be made up these 12 letters here. So we've got W, U, and D, I, K, and E, Q, S, and A, T, M, and L. Okay. So the first word I saw that popped up was T E, stimulate. What could we do as a second word? That's a fantastic word. I'd love to get rid of the Q, which also means we need to use the U. A, there's no C, so we can't do like quack or something. We do quake? No, we can't because K and E are on the same side. One of these days, they'll put a Q and the U on the same side to draw. I know, I thought the same thing just the other day when there was a Q. I was like, what do you bet? One day, just to mess with us, just to make us get out a dictionary, they're going to have a Q and a U on the same side. How would they Just to see how we cope, right? To see what we do. Okay, I'm just wondering what I do next. Like, how do I end this word so that I can do something really great in the next word? Because stimulate's fantastic. And honestly, we could do a word before this one because all we need to do is end that word with an S. How easy is that? Just make it the plural. Okay, so Q, U. Could do like quads. How about that? Quads. And then we just need play pranks on you for your anniversary. Oh my gosh. For our anniversary, we go and play pranks on Tyson. That's funny. That's funny. Maybe I will. You never know. July 5th. Ooh, what should you do for your birthday on July 5th? Get all the discounted fireworks. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Wonder if we shouldn't have ended with the D. What if we end with the S? Stimulates. Because then we can go... Okay, I'm going to write down these words before I forget them, because I might erase these. Quads. Okay, and then that leaves me with just a W and a K. Okay, how about this? Watch this. S. I thought I had something. You drive your quad to church. That's funny. Stimulates. And then we're on the S. Okay, but again, we could do a D instead. And then we could go from there to... How about dial? Not a word. If we can get onto a W... how about this? Do. Okay, and then do could take us to W-A-L-K, walk. There it is, and now we've done it. Sports fans, we got it done in 5 words. No, we did it in 4 words. We're 1 under par today. Nice. How'd they solve it yesterday? Bull rush and hackathon? Hackathon. Okay, just to be clear, that is not how we solved it. All right, so in 4 words instead of 5 words today, we did quads and then stimulated and then do and then walk. Nice. All right, let's recap. We did great today. Honestly, we did really well. I'm kind of surprised that we did purple second. I thought, usually purple is the trickiest. It's going to be the last one in line. But we ended up doing that one second today. That's crazy. So the green category today, secure in advance, is to book, to order, to request, and to reserve. I might need a reservation today with whatever I end up doing with my wife for maybe a table for 2. Who knows what? I don't know what we're going to end up doing tonight. There's this great Mexican restaurant that she loves going to that we're considering going to. I don't know. But if you have better ideas of what we should do, you let me know. All right. So the green category today, secure in advance. Book, order, request, and reserve. Spelling bee ranks minus a letter. That's the green category. Genus for genius. Goo for good. Amazing for amazing. And then slid, I would assume, is solid. That sounds like you did a solid. I don't know. Quad. Well, I guess that's another way to say quad, isn't it? Good thinking, Tyson. Let's see. So the blue category there, crime organization, right? There's a crime syndicate, crime ring, crime family, right? And a crew of lackeys that are going to blow up the bank or something. And then the yellow category. Yellow should be the most obvious, the most straightforward, but of course, leave it to me to get that last. Keyboard shortcut commands. Paste is Control V or Command V. I'm a Mac guy, so I tend to say Command. But print is Command P or Control P. Quit, Command Q or Control Q. And then save, right? Save all the time. Anytime you're thinking of, you're working in a project, Photoshop or whatever it is, just every once in a while hit Command S to remind yourself, just to update it to the most recent changes. My favorite keyboard shortcut of all time. I know, I'm ridiculous. Why would I have a favorite keyboard shortcut? I'm such a nerd. But my favorite keyboard shortcut is Command A. Command A. Yeah, awesome. Okay. All right, and then the mini crossword today was fun. It led us down. Actually, we got most of these first off. The only thing I didn't get was the one with a question mark, the gimmick answer. So we had flower that sounds like a parental nickname, Poppy. That's funny. Savvy, someone that's savvy is aware. Birthplace of Buddhism is India, not China. You would think it would be China. It's not. Buddha Dharma was... this whole thing about, how Buddhism started was in India, not China. Stretches outside a party. That's cute. That's a funny one. Stretch limo outside a party. It's clever. What does Command A. Oh, I didn't even tell you. Command A is to select all. If you're in a Word document, Command A, it selects everything. If you're in Photoshop, Command A, it selects the entire layer. What's another one? Oh, the one I use most often, Lightroom Classic for photo editing. You can batch edit photos all at the same time. When you hit Command A or Control A on a PC, it will select all of the pictures that you have filtered. So say you have like all the flagged photos. You filter by flags, Command A, and then it has, all 100 pictures that are flagged. And then you can batch export all of them all at the same time rather than one by one. So by the end, only a couple weeks ago, and it was the end of the school year, by the end I'm going, hey, what's my favorite keyboard shortcut? And they go, oh, duh, right? Because we use it all the time to export photos and stuff like that. So if they're like, I don't understand this, I'm like, I thought we were friends. If we were friends, you would remember my favorite keyboard shortcut. And they go, oh, yeah, I remember. The button next to the select button on an old Nintendo controller, which I happen to have plugged in, ready to go, right here. You tell me. Yup, it's the start button. Start select. On my other channel, I'd love to do a live stream playing. What do I have in right now? Bomberman 2. It's a fantastic game. That game right there was a little piece of my childhood. Isn't that funny? I just have my whole gaming setup just set up, ready to go. There, I've got Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. Oh, that's so funny. Look at what it does to the green letters. Look, if I put it up here, you can see it like cuts off. Oh, that's too funny because it's green in the background because I'm sitting behind in front of a green screen. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, I play lots of different games. Lately, I've been playing more modern games. You know, even like the Wii. I play the Wii games. But lately, I've been playing, you know, Smash Bros with my son. That's on the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, Mario Wonder. Oh, what a great game. Even my wife likes playing that one. That's a great game. All right, beach buckets, pails, something to own it. Own it. Yeah. Oh, Mario 3, classic. And then Super Mario Kart. That's another good one. Probably my least favorite Mario Kart, surprisingly, because I'm like a kid that grew up in the 90s, was Mario 64. Mario Kart 64. It was just very, like, the controls are very clunky. Probably my favorite Mario Kart would have been Mario Kart Wii. That's a great one. And then followed very closely behind, of course, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. That's a great one. So, yeah, maybe we'll play some on my other channel. I wouldn't do it here. This channel is more for, all the other things. But if you want just gaming, that's my other channel. There's a link to it in my channel page if you want to see that. All right, Padma Lakshmi of Top Chef. I don't watch Top Chef, so I had to get that one with the across answers there. Prior, and then an ingredient that makes bread rise. That is yeast. All right, the last 2 days have been absolutely cursed with the Wordle. Oh my gosh, 2 days in a row. I got it on the 6th, and I'm like, what am I doing? I was like standing at the edge of the precipice looking over. It was not very fun. But I got it today, and I got it in 4. I usually get it in 4. Here, look at my stats, right? I usually get it in 4. The last 2 days, I got it in 6, and I was just kicking myself. I have not ever not gotten it, but I got it, on the 6th rather than earlier, like the 4th or the 5th. So today I got it on the 4th. I tried 3 non-intersecting words: fable, typos, and churm. This was one of those moments where you're just typing in letters and you hit enter and it usually just goes, that's not a word, that's not a word. Well, guess what? Apparently churm is a word. If you have a collection of goldfinches, finches in a large group is called a churm of finches. Like a murder of crows, or how like a pride of lions, a churm of finches. And then knowing that the R was in the 4th position there, and what other vowel or consonant could go at the end? There's no E. Could be an A, I guess. I don't know. So I tried board. Sure enough, that's exactly what it was. All right, and then today the Strands puzzle was all about what you see isn't what you get. I love also that it makes just a giant question mark there. False front. False front. Very mysterious. So we see mask, cloak, camouflage, facade. Really, facade has a Sedalia, not a C. We're going to overlook that because it's a puzzle in English. And then disguise. Like if you didn't look at that and you said, how do you spell disguise? Would you get it? Disguise is a tricky one, right? That's a tricky one. Disguise has a G in it. And then a cover. I blew my cover. Okay, and then the last one, the letterboxed. We had to solve it in 5 today, and we got it in 4. So we started with, actually I started with the word stimulated, but I reverse engineered it to put a word before it, quads, just so I could get rid of that darn Q. Yeah, Tyson, you're right. The day that they put a Q and a U on the same side in this puzzle, oh my gosh, it's going to have to be a borrowed word from Arabic or something. Oh my goodness, what are we going to do there? And of course, Sam Azerski, if you're watching, don't get any funny ideas. Quads, and then the S led to stimulated, the D led to do, and then the W for walk. So we can get rid of the W, the L. I know we already did the L, but the K. We had to get rid of the K somehow. All right. Well, you guys are awesome. Thanks for a great stream. I'm going to go pick my son up from running cross country. Makes it sound like he was running across the country. No, they just run through the neighborhood and do strength training in the school gym and stuff. It's fun. It was the very first day today, and I was a little nervous about it, but you know he found his place, so we're excited about it. Cool. Yeah, good stuff. And thanks for the ideas of what to do for my wife and I's anniversary today. Here I got to do this with you. I had to drop my kids off at all the things. Finally got some time to do the live stream. And then I have this huge project. I told you I'm finishing up my mom's sprinkler system. And I'm on sort of the tail end of it. I have to cut off 2 different valves, sprinkler valves, and put brand new valves in the box. I have to take out the box. I have to rip up all of this garden bed rock stuff. Oh my gosh, it's this huge landscaping project too. But it'll work. It'll look great too. I'm excited about it. So that's my huge project. And then once that's finished, then finally my wife and I get to enjoy a little bit of time. She wants to go to a fun Mexican restaurant that's nearby. And I don't know, Tyson, I like your idea. Maybe one time I'll come surprise you. I'll play a prank on you. Give you a peanut butter and salsa sandwich. I don't know. All right, you guys are great. Have an awesome day. Enjoy. I know it's Monday, so if you're at work, if you're going to work, good luck. You know, it's a long week, you know, but we're just at the beginning of the climb. So thanks for a great stream, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.